Namaste, welcome. I'm Vajra, and today we're going to do a basic variation on a classic Vinyasa flow practice. It has been said that originally there were only 3 yoga postures. They were sitting, standing, and laying down, all designed in preparation for meditation. So I'm going to offer a complete class in 3 separate parts that follows this original formula, but that can stand alone as a practice depending on how much time you have and your intention for your practice. So part 1 is seated, a warm-up of sorts to get the rhythm of the breath going and moving the body to get the energy flowing. Part 2 will be standing, a Vinyasa flow sequence based on sun salutations, Surya Namaskare, and variations that include various standing postures like Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 and Triangle, plus twists. Part 3 will be a yin practice of cooling postures and a restorative sequence followed by Shavasana, the final resting pose. So let's begin with the opening sequence, part 1. I have a selection of props here in case they are needed. For part 1, which will be mostly seated postures, if you need something to sit on and make your seat more comfortable, I recommend a block if you have one, or a firm pillow, or even a folded up towel. So go ahead and find your seat. And as usual, we are going to start by bringing our attention to our breath, beginning to lengthen the inhales and the exhales as we also lengthen up our spine and our seat. Pausing gently in between each breath, in between both the inhale and the exhale, and the exhale and the inhale, and reaching down deep for those rhythmic, deep breaths that will remain with us throughout the practice, anchoring our attention and integrating with our movements. Inhaling, pause. Exhaling, pause. Inhaling, pause. Exhaling, pause. One more. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. With your next inhale, open your eyes. You can probably already feel the presence that paying attention to the breath brings. Now pay attention to your hands, your fingers, and interlace the fingers and then kind of push the palms outwards. So stretching through the palms, through the fingers, through the arms, and even the shoulders. And then inhaling, reaching the arms up, almost behind the ears if you can. Really opening this whole front of the body, insides of the arms, the outsides of the arms, a nice soft shoulder, and maybe a gentle leaning of the head back. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, take a side bend. Leaning over to the right, press your left sit bone down and stretch the whole left side of the body. As you inhale, maybe look up. And as you exhale, ground through both sit bones, and then inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale to the second side. We'll take a nice long deep breath here, kind of leaning back and looking up. As you exhale, ground through both sit bones, and then inhale, reach up, all the way up through the palms, reaching towards the ceiling, look up, maybe lean back, and then exhale, release the hands down. Take your right hand to your left knee, and your left hand behind you. Find a nice, tall, long spine, and turn your head so that you can kind of look behind you over the shoulder. Try to keep both arms as long as you can and really lift up from the front of the chest, maybe opening through the throat. Inhaling tall, exhaling, feeling the belly pull back as you twist a little deeper, creating space. And then as you inhale, you'll get tall, creating space. And as you exhale, pull the belly back, look behind the shoulders, stretching even the side of the neck. And then inhale all the way around to the front. And as you exhale, left hand, right knee, right arm comes behind you. See if you can get it right behind the spine, right in the center of the back. Lift up nice and tall as you inhale. Exhale, turn the torso, rotate it around the spine. Look behind the right shoulder, stretching the whole left side of the neck. Inhaling, getting tall through the spine. Exhaling, pulling the belly back. And again, inhale, get tall through the spine. Exhale, pull the belly back. Twist, look behind you. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, is a classic saying. And then inhale, back around to the center. Smile. Baddha Konasana. Butterfly pose, soles of the feet together. Your knees may be up a little bit and that's fine, or they may be down and that's also fine. Grab onto the toes, roll the shoulders back, lift up through the top of the spine. Take a deep breath in, lift the heart, and then as you exhale, fold forward, maybe sternum towards the toes. You can round here, dropping the chin, dropping the head, feeling the whole upper spine into the cervical spine, getting a little bit of extra stretch, letting gravity help you as you lean towards the floor. You can walk your hands out to a degree that feels comfortable to you. And breathe into where you feel it, what feels tight. For me this morning, my inner hips are a little bit tighter than usual. Usually, I feel this more in my neck and shoulders than in my hips. So I'm going to take some time to bring a little bit of loving kindness and attention through the vehicle of the breath to my inner groins, my inner thighs, my lower back. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. I'm moving a little bit in here, maybe seeing if I can get just a little more length with my next inhale. Pause, and as I exhale, I'm going to walk my hands all the way back towards my feet. That feels really nice. I'm just going to pause for a moment and let that integrate. And then bring the knees together, lean back slightly. I'm going to turn so you can get a side view. We're going to do hip lifts. This is actually one of the 5 Tibetan rites, which I love. I may teach that at some other point, but this is great for opening the fronts of the hips, lengthening the spine, and opening the shoulders and stretching the neck all at the same time. So you're going to take your hands behind you slightly, turn the fingertips in the same direction as the toes, press through the hands, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, lift the tailbone, open the shoulders. Don't crank the neck back, but do extend the head and the neck away from the tailbone and the knees. Inhale deeply, and then exhale, you'll come down. And then you'll inhale deeply, lift up. And then exhale, come down. That's number 2. 5 times. Inhale up. Really opening through the shoulders. Exhale down. And if you have the space, inhale up again. You could take the hips a little bit back, lengthening the legs. This one you're going to go all the way up. Now you're going to stay up for 5 breaths. Really opening the shoulders, lifting the hips, stabilizing through the feet and the hands, extending the head and the neck out of the shoulder girdle. The Tibetan rites are for youth and vigor. So if that's of interest to you, stay grounded, stay breathing life force energy through your whole entire body. Stay focused. Stay dedicated to yourself. And then exhale, release all the way down. And invite yourself into a moment of softness. Well done. Take a moment to re-find your breath. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. And when you find the moment where you arrive back in kind of a homeostatic breath position, I want you to find your way gracefully into child's pose. Something you can practice is bringing your knees around to the side and then coming to child's pose. But I like to move forward onto hands and knees and then really extend myself back. Just feels like a nice fluid way to enter in. Hips down into the heels, feet together, knees apart, ribs inside the thighs, arms nice and long, forehead to the floor. 5 long deep breaths. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. One more breath here. Inhale. Pause, exhale, pause, and this next inhale takes you up to the hands and the knees. Keep your hips on top of your knees and walk your hands as far forward as you can manage, keeping the side body long and keeping the knees and hips in alignment and dropping the chest down. If you need to work on arm strength, this is a good place to do it. So pressing the palms down will make it so that you have to keep the arms strong. If you want to work more on the stretching of the heart down towards the floor, you can drop the elbows down, opening up the undersides of the arms, the shoulders, the armpits. And if you really want to go for it, a third option, the strongest option, is fingertips on the floor, tent-like hands, really strong arms. Drop the chest down, shift the hips back. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Allow the heart to move towards the earth. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. And one more time, inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands back, shoulders, elbows, and wrists on a line, knees and hips in a line, cat-cow, moving energy through the whole spine. Inhale, forward, shoulders back, heart forward, arching, and then exhale, rounding, tucking the tailbone, tucking the chin. And then unraveling all of that with the next inhale. Sometimes I like to move a little bit more forward to make a deeper, longer extension, and then exhaling. And actually, sometimes I like to move a little bit back to make a longer, deeper extension. So do that 2 or 3 more times. Inhaling, arching, exhaling, rounding, inhaling, exhaling. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Now tuck the toes, Lift the knees, come up and back into downward facing dog. Press through the hands, bend the knees slightly, send the chest back towards the thighs. Press the arms strong, press the legs strong through the heels. Inhale deeply, and then exhale, come down onto the knees. And then find an inhale for the cow pose, shoulders back, heart forward, arch the spine. And then exhale, find a rounding, tuck the toes though, lift the knees up and back, downward facing dog, inhale. We'll make a little flow out of it. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, cow pose, arch the spine, shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, cat pose, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift the knees up and back, downward facing dog. Exhale, knees towards the floor. 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders back, heart, chest forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, downward facing dog. Strong breath. Exhale, knees down. Last one, inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, inhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog for 3. 2, nice and long through the legs, but soft through the head and the neck. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, you're going to walk your feet towards your hands. Stay long as you can. Soft bend in the knees. If your fingertips don't reach the floor, that's okay. You can just hang. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Make circles. Get firm in the legs. Soft bend in the knee again is okay. You're going to roll up slowly all the way up to standing Tadasana, mountain pose. You're going to roll the shoulders back. You're going to open up through the heart, through the throat, through the third eye and the crown. Keep the eyes closed, just pausing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's do one more from here. You're going to inhale, reach your arms all the way up. You're going to exhale, softly forward fold. Inhale, look halfway forward and lengthen. And as you exhale, you'll fold in. Interlace the hands behind the back. Let's open up the shoulders. Roll the shoulder blades on the back. Extend the arms up and over the head towards the space in front of you. If you want to straighten the legs or turn the palms out, you can. Really make sure the head and neck is free of tension. Again, shake the head yes, no, make circles. Big breath in, release the hands down. We're going to go all the way down and then all the way up. So let the fingertips glide on the floor, then reach forward, strengthen the legs, push all the way up to standing. Maybe lean back slightly. Hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra. A few soft breaths just to ground yourself here. This will be the start of our next practice, part 2, which is the standing sequence. But this opening part 1 seated sequence is great just on its own for a morning refresh, Ready, set, go. Send you blessings for your journey. Thank you for being here. Namaste.